Rolling Papers 2 by Wiz Khalifa. Cameron Jabril Thomas was born in Minot, North Dakota. He was a military brat, so he lived in Japan, Germany, and the United Kingdom, but considers Pittsburgh his home. His name Wiz stands for wisdom, and Khalifa is Arabic for successor. The name was given to him by his grandfather. He was discovered when he was 16 and signed to Rostrum Records, who helped develop him over the next 7 years. He continued to grind and drop mixtapes and was signed to Warner Brothers in 2007. Rolling Papers 2 is Khalifa's 6th studio album. How do we feel about it?
Rolling Papers 2, man.
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa. First of all, man, how you feel about this album artwork?
I think it's simple. It's pretty dope. I mean, it's kind of a contrast to the first one. You know, got the same color tone and everything like that. But I think what's different from this one is kind of more clear view of him. And maybe that's the goal to say, like, you know, maybe it's like more focused this time around. I don't know, maybe so to speak like that. Because when you look at both of them, he's kind of secluded in the smoke.
Yeah, the first one, he's definitely like, he's in the smoke.
Yeah.
You can argue the smoke is making his face, but now the smoke's only the two.
Yeah.
And it's just a little smoke kind of.
So it's not to go too deep into it, but maybe it's just like, you know, he's got a clear, more vision of himself as a person, as an artist. So
well, he also went with a more mature font, if you notice.
Word. Yeah.
You know, he had kind of like Lacy, Kid Lacy type.
Yeah.
Now he kind of went with like a more, you know, grown font.
Yeah.
And I like the chain he has on, by the way.
Pretty
That's
dope.
a dope chain. So my highlights of this project, man. Very Special was the very first one that came to mind.
Okay.
Very good, very dope song. I love the content of the song. I like the idea of the song. The music was dope. TM88 and Rockamore, they did a great job on that song. Wiz did his thing. I know he's still smoking and everything, but I still feel like he sounds very focused. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Williams and Where in the Love, Where Is the Love, featuring the Moonlight and Currency.
Yeah.
Him and Currency have really good chemistry. They always have, and I think they always will. Same with him and Chevy Woods.
Yeah.
They all have really good chemistry. Penthouse featuring Snoop Dogg, I felt like that could have been better. It's something about that first verse that, you know, kind of just took me away from the song. Hopeless Romantic with Sway Lee. This song is really good.
Yeah.
I think the only thing missing, and it's probably because as soon as I heard it, I thought it was A Boogie, but I feel like A Boogie should have been on this song.
I can understand why you think that. Yeah.
But the song is great.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with this song at all. Late Night Messages, it's one of Wiz's lady songs, and I thought it was a really solid song. Rain featuring Party Next Door. I didn't think he had too many anthems on this album, like how he's had Black and Yellow and We Them Boys, like them gym cuts.
Yeah.
But he sure as hell got a stripper cut. Because this Rain, I mean, it basically samples the All the Way Up joint. But man, I can hear this joint, you know, people throwing their rent money, not being able to pay their rent because they're trying to live up to the song.
Right.
You know,
right.
so Rain is another dope song. Karate and Never Hesitate. Now, Karate with Chevy Woods, him and Chevy Woods are going back and forth, and it's not the most grand lyrical miracle.
Yeah, hey, having fun,
but
talking about.
it's dope.
Yeah,
it is dope. They all, like I said, they always had good chemistry. And then the Never Hesitate, man, that joint came on, man, and I was
Grooving.
just like, yeah, that joint was just like, yo, this. I feel like I need to be two-stepping or something like that.
Yeah.
Gin and Drugs featuring Problem. Oh my God, man. I felt like I was in the West Coast.
That beat.
They had sampled the Biggie going back to Cali beat.
Yeah.
That joint is hard, yo.
Yeah.
And Problem's verse in that joint was crazy.
No.
Be Okay. It was Wiz actually tapping into some real shit.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated that. Like,
I did too.
you don't really hear Wiz do that too much. Yeah, obviously, the second verse seemed like it was about Amber Rose.
Yeah.
I don't know who the first verse and the third verse was about, but it was a dope song. It's good to hear him doing that. Reach for the Stars featuring Bone Thugs and Harmony. I love Bone Thugs and Harmony. They're my favorite rap group of all time. Wiz grew up on Bone, and it was good to see him do a collaboration with them, and they're basically dropping some gems on that ass, man.
Yep.
Dropping some straight gems. And before that is On You. I actually thought that was a really good song too, because
Great.
you should listen to it and fucking take that shit to heart. Like, I'm dead serious. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Like, you need to listen to It's On You, and you need to internalize that shit, because that's part of the reason why Wiz pretty much is successful. And then, I mean, Something New featuring Ty Dolla $ign. Man, did they turn the album off with a hit.
Yeah.
Like, that's the joint, they sampled the same joint Tupac sampled for Thug Passion. I can't remember what it was called back on All Eyes on Me disc 2. Man, this joint is hard.
Yeah.
So, and when I say it's hard, it's not a hard song. It's a nice, smooth joint. Like, it's definitely a club joint. And Ty Dolla $ign just did his thing.
Yeah.
And it fucking sounds amazing.
Yeah, man. Highlights for me would have to be when Rolling Papers 2 came in, man. Because when that came in, it was just like, okay, this is the definite beginning. Like, Very Special was dope. But I felt when Rolling Papers 2 started, I was like, okay, now we get into it.
That song too.
Because it's just like, it's that Wiz sound, but it's something still kind of fresh and new for him. And then, of course, Mr. Williams and Where Is Love was dope with Currency. But when it got to Hopeless Romantic, I was like, yo, this is a pretty dope joint. Once again, something with Sway Lee feature on the track is always a dope hit. Late Night Messages, I thought was a great song. I feel like that can be a really big hit. Never Hesitate, yo, when that came on, like, it was like about a month or so ago. It was just like one of those nights I was just driving home, and I'll never listen to the radio, but that was like the one time I turned it on, and that was on. And I'm like, yo, what is this? This beat is so smooth and everything. I Shazammed it and everything, found out who it was, and I was vibing to for the next week. So when I heard Wiz on that, I'm like, yo, I ain't never thought about how something like this can work, but it worked out beautifully. It sounds great. It sounds like its own song. So even if you never heard the original, you'll just think like, damn, this is a real great song. Be Okay and I skipped a couple. King. On King, I appreciated the fact that it felt like it was one of those songs that he could have just, I forgot how the chorus, what it exactly said, but it was like one of those choruses where he could have rapped the same way the whole song, but he chose to go in the first verse, rap normal, and he started off the second verse kind of with that this kind of sound, but then he went to his flow. So I kind of like how he kind of adopted that sound but made it his own. I thought that was really dope. Be Okay and It's On You, I thought was perfect because not like, I guess a lot of people like me don't normally expect that out of Wiz, something motivational, kind of like, you know, for you to lift you up. And like you said, with It's On You, it's really something that you really should listen to because a lot of people put their blame on something else other than themselves when they have the power to overturn anything within themselves. So it was really, really deep and fire. Reach of the Stars was great. I loved everything about that song. And like you said, Something New was just the perfect way to end the album.
All right, the lowlights. My lowlights for this project, 25 songs. Why do we need 25 songs?
Because that's the trend now, man. That's the thing to do in the streaming age.
Well, my whole thing is I'm of the belief that Tupac and Biggie set this ideal standard that you have to drop a double album to be a legend. And Nas has did it. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z's done it. Little Wayne hasn't done it. He's just dropped a lot of fucking music at one time, considering all the mixtapes and stuff like that. Game's done it.
Right.
Like a lot of artists that consider themselves the greatest have all dropped double albums since Biggie and Pac did it. Like, not LL Cool J. I mean, they were already cemented, but that was like the Pac and Biggie standard. So This is pretty much a double album. But yeah, I thought 25 songs was a little too much. He's got a guaranteed like 17 joints up here. Yeah, he could have put on one joint. Like, that's pretty damn good. Yeah. And then the other downfall, the other low light of the project is some of the hooks, like the 420 freestyle. I get it, it's a freestyle and everything. Bootsy Bellow, it's not horrible. Holyfield, I didn't like the hook. You know, Oceans and Blue 100 for real, I didn't like the beat at all. Him and Sledgerin have some good chemistry, but I wasn't feeling those. But that's the thing about the songs that I said that were filler. Yeah, I feel like if you're not the typical Wiz fan, those songs are hit or miss for you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And there's quite a few of those, but like I said, there's at least 17 solid songs on this. So the lowlights are pretty far and infrequent on this project.
Yeah, man, I can definitely agree with you that it's just like some of the songs weren't executed as well as the other good ones, I guess you would say, but it still didn't take away from the fact that, you know, there was good music. It was just like, you know, 25 songs. So in a project like this, you're going to be picking which songs you probably want to return to again, or which song that you like more than the others. So it's inevitable when there's these many tracks, like, you know, especially when Drake dropped his, you know, there's always songs that you're going to choose that you're going to like, and that can benefit the artist and hurt them at the same time. So yeah, definitely Blue Hundreds, Holyfield, Real Rich. I wasn't really feeling that much with Gucci Mane. Like, you know,
it was okay.
It was okay, but it just really didn't execute, you know, really that well.
For real, how you feel about for real?
I feel like it was just a simple concept. I feel
think
like
Lil
a lot
Skies
of people
kind of did his thing.
He was dope, but I feel like it's just
for a little.
It was just that for a little, but he hit that pocket. That's the kind of sound, you know, everybody's gonna gravitate to, something easy and quick. All of a sudden was okay. I feel like that can be a good pop record, but I wasn't feeling Homework at all. I thought that was like a really
that might be the worst song on the project.
Yeah. But because when something new came on, I completely forgot about it. So yeah, that's the only kind of lowlights for me, is just the fact that, you know, even though with the size and quantity of the songs on the project, those songs kind of hurt, especially in the beginning for me. Because, like, you know, in the beginning, like I said, it was just kind of slow to get into. But once you got over that hump, it was like, okay, we're good. So that's the only bad thing.
How you feel about the replay value?
I actually feel like this can be played a lot, you know. I feel like he gave us the volume of songs to never really, I mean, it's its own playlist really, and I feel like there's enough of Wiz and enough different sides of Wiz to go around on this project. I mean, you got, you know, of course, Smoking Wiz, you got the go ahead, have a good time, have a good party Wiz, but you also got the motivational Wiz, which is pretty dope. And I think that's pretty cool that it kind of balances in a way, because I didn't feel like I was just getting a different shade left field and I'm just like, whoa, you talking about this now, you talking about this, and you talking about that. It was just a really good balance. So I feel like this has something for, like, you know, the old school fan of Wiz and even the new fans of Wiz. It's all a good collective bunch of music that I feel like a lot of people can gravitate to over and over again.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Wiz Khalifa fan, but I will say, like, this is definitely my favorite Wiz Khalifa album. Just because I like the variety, like you said, that we get, and I just like the fact that he made some really good songs on this project. Yeah. It's not the overly big We Them Boys gym record that I was looking for that one gym record.
Right.
But I didn't get it. But it didn't matter because he gave me a whole bunch of other stuff that I didn't expect to get from him at all. Yeah. You can see the growth as an artist. You know what I'm saying? He even changed up his flow here and there. So the replay value on this song, you get Ty Dolla on anything, it's gonna help the replay value. You put Bone Thugs on something now, you're gonna have me on the replay value. Sway Lee, aside from Sway Lee's project, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get some replay value. You know what I'm saying? So the replay value on this project is definitely pretty high. Final thoughts. I think this album is a good album. You got a good solid 8 hit songs on this joint at least. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of songs on here that'll work. Yo, Ty, make a video for that, something new. Yeah. You got one. Been killing the videos lately, so yeah. Yeah, you got one with that one. Go. Anytime you get Ty and that growling voice on something, it's out of here. And it was just good to see a nice amount of production on this joint. And like I said, I just didn't expect this from Wiz. Like I was expecting this to be like the last couple EPs and little small projects that he put out that I didn't really care much for. Right. But he gave us a really good project, even though he put out a couple songs a couple weeks ago. I mean, the last couple months that didn't make this project. It's still all good music, man, and it's good to see Wiz in a good mental space, and it just, you know, it basically makes you want to get there with him. Yeah, I agree, man. I feel like, you know, that he's in a zone right now where, you know, not only is he taking care of his health and everything like that and staying in shape, but musically he just sounds comfortable. He sounds like, you know,
He's in his zone where he wants to be, and he's not conforming to like, you know, completely to another sound, but he's elevating himself. And that's always something you want to see in the artist, you know. You want to see them get better, you know, as if it's just your flows or picking the right type of beats or whatnot and everything. I feel like, you know, he got the right mindset, got the right team behind him, and, you know, he's still in the game kicking and going strong.
So what's your final grade, man?
I'm gonna give it a B, man. I thought it was pretty dope. You know, I feel like, you know, it could have been even higher if you would have cut some of the tracks, you know. But other than that, I thought it was a really dope project. You know, I'm not the biggest Wiz fan either, but I enjoy it from time to time. But this is a project I would actually go back through and listen to. You know, minus, you know, a few songs here and there. But I thought it was a really dope project. I was surprised.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a B as well. I felt like if you would have took about 6 or 7 songs off, I would have gave it an A.
Yeah.
But man, this is definitely an incredible album from Wiz, man. I did not expect this at all.
Yeah.
I'm happily surprised.
Yeah.
I hope Wiz keeps it up. I hope Wiz keeps the same good mindset, keeps putting positive messages in his music.
Yeah.
And he could have some fun in there, in between there. Because I'm telling you, that Make It Rain song with Party Next Door, that shit is fire.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Party Next Door trying to warm up to me, man.
And Party Next Door is dope. He's dope, man. He just has a habit of giving away all his good records before he starts working on his project.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, man, just looking forward to any new music videos from Wiz where he's doing
everything, man. I love the new energy he's putting out, man. Just keep putting out that same energy and everything, for real.
Yeah, man, and let everybody know where they can get 100 blunt roller so they can roll 100 blunts at one time, so you can get like Wiz. Yo, you looking for TV reviews, music reviews, movie reviews? Then check out the only reviews that matter, man.
Yeah, just hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notifications and stay tuned.